Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily good life meditation, an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. Today it's a lot of it after waking up. It's on the other side of 5 a.m. It's 7:07 a.m. I slept in this morning a whole half hour. My gosh. Not feeling so good. Feeling just a little bit like sick. But maybe it's allergies. I don't know. Just not quite with it. Not bad, just enough to sleep in. Anyway, I do this video to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which you can get from the link in the description. I recommend the hardbound edition. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours and how I did with the various challenges and opportunities that I met. I plan for the coming day, and I then ready myself to die. But before I do any of that, I like to read a poem. So we'll take a second shot at yesterday's poem with Edward Thomas, titled Ambition. There was no new vocabulary in here, and his poems are complicated sometimes. It takes a couple of passes. Let's try another pass, second time. Ambition. One of the things that's hard about Edward Thomas's poems for me is that the structure is such that you sometimes wrap the line and you don't want to stop the flow. Sometimes I want to stop the flow at the end of the line, but here we go. Unless it was that day I never knew ambition. Unless it was that day I never knew ambition. Right after a night of frost. Unless it was that day I never knew what? Unless it was that day I never knew ambition. After a night of frost, before the March sun brightened, and the west wind blew, and the southwest blew, jackdaws began to shout and float and soar already, and one was racing straight and high alone, shouting like a black warrior, challenging in menaces to the wide sky. Challenges and menaces to the wide sky, with loud, long laughter. Then a woodpecker ridiculed the sadness of the owl's last cry. And through the valley where all the folk astir made only plumes of pearly smoke to tower over the dark trees and white meadows, happier than was Elysium in that happy hour. A train that roared along raised after it and carried with it a motionless white bower of purest cloud, from end to end close knit, so fair it touched the roar with silence. I can just see this whole setting, this valley, and the still air, and the rising plumes of smoke, and the train passing with its billow of steam. Time was powerless while that lasted. I've had moments like that. I could sit and think I had made the loveliest of prime, breathed its life into it, and were its lord, and no mind lived save twixt clouds and rhyme. Omnipotent I was, nor even deplored that I did nothing, but the end fell like a bell. The bower was scattered, far off the train roared. But if this was ambition, I cannot tell what 'twas ambition, for I know not well. Interesting, ambition in that relative sense, in such a place. The poem's starting to emerge. The still atmosphere, the reflective nature, the sense of having achieved something, if only the mastery of that still moment, and then being woken up by the roar of the train, or the sound of the train, and wondering after the nature of ambition. Sorry, I'm still tired. I'm tired. Okay, last night and yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. I got so much done. 2 swims at the beach, and Emily was visiting with Gary. We had a nice time. It was a good day. As for today, I'm going to finish all this, get up, do my feed the dogs, do my morning routine, and then get out to Moreno Valley to pick up my nephew, and we're going to go to the Salton Sea for an adventure, looking for a place for me to stay in the month of July. Am I ready for, I forgot the good life. 7, my 8 objectives are to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, and to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully, and keep my balance. Now my 35 principles are war, reason, homunculus, Anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, social principle, principle of family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be borne, the Feast of Offal, distraction, agency and the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, the script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and the principle of being ready. I guess being ready helps keeping balance, huh? Just saw that connection. Oh boy. It's got a thought. Okay, yeah. Am I ready to die? Are my affairs in order? Yes. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yes. I can go at a moment's notice. I can be swept away by the wave without a single backwards glance. And with that, I'll stop. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never